By the end of the 3rd century, Christians had built formal churches near pagan temples across the empire. The region of Pontus. The city was called Neocaesarea. Gregory Thaumaturgus. I think that's probably pretty good. Gregory Thaumaturgus. He came to his native city of Neocaesarea in the province of Pontus about 240 AD. It's said that when he came to Neocaesarea, there were only 17 believers in the city. When he died 30 years later, it is said that there were only 17 non-Christians in the city. And what's interesting is that Gregory was very interested in evangelism. He says here about Gregory Thaumaturgus and his work in Pontus and the city of Neocaesarea. Gregory's methods were well adapted to his purpose. To pagan miracles, he opposed Christian ones and exposed the fraudulent practices of the priests. Encouraged Christians to celebrate festivals in honor of the martyrs, substituting these for the feasts of the old gods. By such means, the transition from the old to the new was eased and popularized, even though in the process, Christianity acquired some of the beliefs and trappings of the cults it supplanted. But you notice what Latourette is telling us. He says that in Gregory's evangelistic work in Neocaesarea, he would challenge the pagan religions, but he would also encourage Christians to celebrate festivals in honor of the martyrs. For example, let's say that there used to be a feast to Adonis, or a feast to Bacchus, or a feast to some other pagan god. Well, on the day that that feast would be held, Gregory would say, let's have a feast to Polycarp. Let's have a feast to another Christian martyr. Notice, though, by such means the transition from the old to the new was eased and popularized, even though in the process Christianity acquired some of the beliefs and trappings of the cults it supplanted. There were some elements of pagan habits, beliefs, practices that crept into the church by doing these things. That this is always the evangelistic challenge of Christianity. We have the responsibility as Christians, relating the faith to the world around us. But sometimes in building those bridges to the world around us, we actually get into trouble because we try to make Christianity to seem too much like those things around us that we're trying to relate Christianity to. This was a problem even in the early church. It's always been a problem for the Christians, helping us to understand the line between being in the world and being of the world.